Mamu Mikahaba. So friends of the Substack universe, that was a medium length Korason method articulation designed to bring about a centering of the energies from the higher chakras or energy centers, the third eye and the crown chakra, and the lower chakras being the root or base, and also the sacral or sexual chakra, into the heart center, bringing along a little bit of the creative expression from the throat, as well as from the solar plexus around the belly, some strength and emotional balance, a little bit of extra muscle from the spiritual warrior who resides within the solar plexus chakra and can be summoned therefrom, and then bringing some of that concentrated or centroidal, toroidal heart energy with the right hand down into the bottom chakras, and with the left hand up into the head chakras, and then bringing back from those poles back into the heart with the k sound, which is a consonant which provides a certain level of dominion, mastery, with the aspirate H out into the universe, all that fused, synthesized, integrated energy and awareness, and then back into the body, into your own aura, with some self-nourishing, as well as having given the gift out to others or to the world. So that's just a little sample of what's going to be coming over the next year. The interviews here and the articles are more and more going to be focused on my work, which is the Korason method, which is an integration of the Korason method for authentic voice and dialogue that I've been developing for 70 long years, since I was 8 years old on my grandparents' farm, and also the Hakomi method of somatic, mindfulness-based self-inquiry or psychotherapy. So it's really an amazingly effective modality or approach to healing, self-awareness, balance, and those are virtues or experiences that we need lots of. We're going through a very difficult time, as we all know, in more ways than one. There's several extreme crises challenging the human race and the planet itself. We don't have to go into the gory details. There are lots of other Substack posts that will do that, some of my own included. But yeah, it's a hard time we're going through. It's like a tight squeeze. So we have to come together, and that together is both the within ourselves. We have many parts, of course. There's the heart, there's the mind, there's the body, there's the sexuality, there's the physical realm, and the etheric, the subtle physical realm, the spiritual realm, the intuition, the senses and the sensory part. So many parts to the human being. So if we can build a kind of alignment or coherence where the different parts of our personality are united and working as a team, as a single team, then we're going to be in a much better place to be able to align that threefold personality, physical, emotional, mental, with the higher aspect of our being, which some people call the soul, the essence. And so the techniques from the Korason approach are really designed to be installed into your energy system on a physical basis. And they're simple, they're short, but they contain a great deal of information. Sort of like a small package with a big content. So it's easy to learn and easy to practice and easy to apply to real life situations like your health, relationships, your business, your vocation, we'll call it. And so I invite you to tune in, and I'll be offering little techniques or articulations, as we call them, KMA, Korason Method Articulation, and to learn how to do some of these. It's magical, really, these formulae. It's like a personal mantra that we build from the ground up, rather than just going online or going to a workshop and learning a mantra which comes from Sanskrit or some other language and memorizing that, which is fine too. But this is a very creative process, and we integrate various criteria, and that's what makes it so powerful, transformative. So we have mindfulness, we're watching what comes up in our own experience, our own field of experience, when we make the conscious sounds with our vocal apparatus, non-verbal sounds. And also we have visualization at times in regard to how the chakras are connected, where the energy is flowing, almost like the geography or the anatomy combined of the body, but then also the intention of what we're doing with it, who we're sending it to, and also some knowledge of where the chakras are, what they represent, which sounds are corresponding with which chakras, the movement of the hands or the arms, the breathing also is a factor. So there are really like 8 or 9 different criteria, and when they combine, it provides a very powerful package. So I'll also be interviewing people, some of my students and other teachers, perhaps of similar modalities. A lot of it has to do with expression. And in this year, 2026, Happy New Year, by the way. This is the very first day of this new year in the Gregorian calendar. In the Baha'i calendar, actually, the New Year's Day is on the spring equinox, which is March the 21st. So we have this 3-month period between the winter solstice, the 21st of December, and Christmas and New Year's, and then the spring equinox for the seed that is being planted now deep in the earth of our own body and our foundation, you might say, as we go into the sign of Capricorn now, which is the most physical, the earthiest of all the signs in astrology. And we really allow that seed to grow and grow and grow until it starts to appear above the surface of the earth in the spring and become a plant or a tree with flowers and fruits eventually. So these little techniques really help us to build that harmony, alignment. Coherence is an amazing word that I use too much these days. And also the heart itself, which is the central chakra. It's not just a little organ like we've seen in medical films or in an anatomy book, but the heart of the human being actually encompasses a whole toroidal space. So the torus is it's a kind of a fountain, comes up and down again and out and back again in all directions all the time. So it probably occupies a space about this wide and high, maybe from our nose down to our belly button, more or less. So within that, of course, is the medical heart, the physical organ, but also there's the emotional heart and the spiritual heart. But energetically, on the etheric body, which is the subtle plane of the universal physical plane, the torus, or the toroidal shape, the toroidal form of the heart, it's like a boat that carries us through life. And so if we can get things flowing, and that involves movement, emotion. Emotions are intended to leave, exit, the body comes from the Latin. And if we can do some dancing, and just as we go through our day, use our voice, hum, sing, shout, grunt. There's so many sounds that we can make that are non-verbal even, but it really helps to keep the body awake. It's like a tonic, sound, movement, and then we start to use our spiritual faculties of the concrete mind and the higher intuition, analysis, memory, and the light and clarity that comes from those chakras to help us find our way as pilgrims towards a kind of fulfillment or awakening. And a lot of people this time of year, we make New Year's resolutions. I like to call them revolutions, because like the old order within my lifestyle and even my body and my energy system, it gets sort of stagnant, and get into a routine. I get lazy, so I need to give myself a little kick in the ass, friendly, a benign kick in the ass, and awaken some of my potential. And these techniques help to do that, to keep us flowing and with our eye on the ball, and to be able to be alert but relaxed at the same time. That's sort of what mindfulness is, really. It's a slightly deeper, quieter state of mind where we can maybe close our eyes, go inside, turn the attention inward, and just notice what's happening on all the different realms, physical, energetic, emotional, feelings. There might be an image or a memory, an impulse, thoughts. Pretty hard to get away from them. Always something going on thought-wise. So just to notice them without judgment. None of them are good or bad. They're just information that's bubbling up from our unconscious mind that could provide us with a little clue as we go down that path in looking for, to identify a core belief or an idea about who am I in this world, what is the world, what the hell does it mean? So we have these beliefs like I'm not good enough, or I can't get the support I need, or if I express my feelings I'll be rejected or hurt. There's some basic ones and then variations. So by doing these little techniques in mindfulness and observing the ripples or the response, the automatic reactions that come up when we go into mindfulness and witness the aftermath, we start to collect little bits of information that can be very helpful. And so just to finish off, I'm leading a little group. We've had 2 semesters so far, summer and fall, and we're going to begin the winter semester of the Korason training circle on Saturday, January 17th, from 12 to 2 o'clock every other Saturday. That's Eastern time. And we have 2 hours for the group to practice some of these techniques and go into breakout rooms and have discussions and a little meditation. It's really powerful. And the members of the group get to know each other too, so you start to make friends and start to experience what a collective mind, as Jung called it, the collective unconscious, and one mind in many bodies, what that can feel like, how that works out in a group setting where authentic dialogue, the protocols of true consultation and authentic dialogue are employed to create safety, of course, and so people feel welcome to express their heart and their mind. And then it also includes a one-on-one session with myself, yours truly, the mentor, and like a coaching session, and which can be some Hakomi, some Korason method, or just sort of exploring what's coming up in the group. And then I provide resources as well, bibliography and so on. So I'm going to put underneath this little video the links if you want to get some information about that. And also, there is a fee, but it's quite reasonable actually. Um, and we have some participants also from India, Russia, so it's a little bit cosmopolitan, eclectic. And also I would like to invite you to go up to a paid subscription if you enjoy this kind of material, if it's helpful, or just entertaining even. And I am going to learn a little bit more about Substack so that I can have a paywall, as they say, so that some of my posts will be free, lots, maybe the majority, but there will be some interviews that will be for paid subscribers only. So it's not a lot of money, maybe $7 US a month, $6 or $7 US a month, 9 Canadian maybe at the most. So I really appreciate it, and it would help me, put some food on the table, tofu, and also encourage me to refine the process. And I'm really committed to bringing you high quality information, and I don't want to waste your time. So, speaking of which, I'm about to bid adieu. So I wish you a really amazing 2026, where you find some of the dreams that you have held, maybe on the back burner for many years. I really wished for you that these dreams can start to manifest. And maybe some of that would be peace, or a loving relationship, good health, freedom, the feeling of being your true self would be the greatest freedom of all. Being connected. These days, a lot of people are insulating, going into the digital universe, and we're losing touch with live music, for example, and real people that you can touch. So I wish you, whatever your goal set is within that spectrum, and hopefully we will be in touch. Feel free to leave a little comment or a like or a little heart or something, just so I know you're out there. And I'll just finish with that same, I won't go into the details of everything that it means, but just to give you a sample of one of the Korason method articulations. So we start with gathering from all the chakras into the heart chakra with the Ma, and then Mu down to the lower chakras, and Mi up to the higher chakras, the crown with the infinite, the third eye, the higher consciousness, and then bringing all that back into the heart again with the Ka, as in Merkaba. And Ka is a sound that really has a lot of dominion or majesty, magic, king, queen, crown, all that kind of razzmatazz. And then we put it out with the Ha, the aspirate H, brings it outside our own ring past knot or aura, out to others that we perhaps are visualizing that could use a little extra love or energy. But we don't throw it all away. We bring some of it back to irrigate our own garden, you might say, or nourish our own heart center. So it is Ma Mu Mi Ka Ha Ba. And I like to finish it with a little hug, which sort of, it feels good, a self-hug, and it symbolizes that self-nourishment. So that particular technique is a little bit longer. It seems a bit complicated, but there are others that are much more simple with just 1 or 2 syllables. So see you later, alligators.